blah. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov. What it do? The outlet to reality. The holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, I want to thank my fans for listening, staying tuned. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. Cha-ching. And today I have a very, very special guest. It's probably gonna be my favorite of them all. This girl, we go way back, like way back. She's a flight attendant. She's a wonderful person, very smart. I'm gonna get there. And give it up for Stephanie Rodriguez. What's up, girl?
What's up, David? Oh my God, this is so awesome.
Oh man, I'm happy you here, girl. You understand? Like I had to call your man, and be like, "Hey man, you think it's okay?" And it was hard to convince him because he was like, "Man, that's my girl." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I had to watch out. So I had to, make sure everything's okay. And but real quick, for my fans out there, I want to share a little story. So Stephanie and I friends since grammar school, and her
Yeah,
family and my family are very close. Like we know each other from back in, and I gotta be honest with you, Stephanie, I would say is probably the smartest girl that she was ahead of her time. I gotta say that, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This girl, I remember, like when I was young, right? Stephanie had a lot of siblings, and she
that's
was
true.
always the leader. She had to make sure everybody was good. Everybody must clean their
True.
room. Yeah, I remember that. And the thing that shocked me is that Stephanie already knew how to cook at the age of like I can't even remember, because I'll tell you how I remember. To this day, Stephanie makes the best pumpkin pie I've ever had. To this day, I still want it. I go to
Oh
certain
my
people's houses and I say, man, it's terrible. But I can't say that because I get kicked out that same night or same day. So I was like, nah, it's not like my girl Steph. She made it like different. It's not like that. And I
God.
always, it's true. Is it true from the heart? But yeah, that's a little story I wanted to share. But Steph, what about you? Do you remember anything that you could remember growing up?
Oh my God. I remember us just playing in the alley nonstop basketball games, dodge games. I remember, you know how I remember you? You were the fastest guy in the neighborhood. Okay. You would outrace anyone. You're like, you ready to race? You ready to race? I'm like, dang, I'm never going to race David. He's going to whoop my ass.
Oh man.
Oh my God. We had so many good times. I kind of wished every child had a childhood like us because we had like a whole gang. We were a gang by ourselves. My family, your family, we didn't need nobody else.
That's true. That's true. And here's the funny thing: if somebody messed with one of us, all of us would jump in. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, there was no messing with us, and we all had like peace and like community, and we played really hard, and we were just all really good friends, and that was really awesome. We were kind of like the Sandlot after the Sandlot.
Right, right,
I was like, oh, wait, hold
right,
on.
right. Oh man, it's true. And I gotta say, Stephanie, you were one of the only girls in the basketball team. Like when we played basketball games, you were the only one. There was all dudes, big, small. We had people coming from all the way to the South Side trying to play, and they heard
Yeah,
about Steph. They're like, "Hey man, this girl can play." And here's the thing:
dude.
when you used to play, girl, I ain't gonna lie. If we were rough, you didn't care. You're like, I want it. Like, you're ready. You're like, all right, let's go. And I remember if we're losing, you get mad, and I understand because
I would.
you right, right. It's so funny. But I think that's great because you have that like competitor like in you, and that's great. We need
Yeah.
that because we need to catch up, you know. And I think that's hands out amazing. And I gotta share something else too. By the way, one thing I kind
Uh
of
oh.
remember. So you remember uh Tina?
Yes, 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 yes. What do you gotta say?
Well, this girl came out of nowhere. By the way, fans out there,
She.
she
Go
was the
ahead. Sorry.
oldest from the group. Like I don't know how she got in here because she was like about 10 years older or 7.
Yeah. Yeah. She came up out of nowhere. Where did she come from? Like, for real? That was a good ass question.
And it's just like, if you think now, it's just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? and and I ain't gonna lie, fans out there, she had the biggest crush on me, but I didn't make a move because I felt like some not. It doesn't look good for a brother to go out with a 7 to 10 year old person, you know. And I could have lost my ways, just saying.
Oh
But
my, you lost my ways.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, she would have made me crazy. But one thing I remember one time, we're playing basketball, me and Steph, like normal, having a good time. She came out of
Mhm.
nowhere with her bike and starts like a little commotion against Stephanie. She's like, "Man, I heard you say something about me," and honestly, I was like, "What?" And I know Steph, I got her back, hands down. Ain't nobody can say anything about
That's
my
true.
girl. She's a real girl, you know. So she comes in. Stephanie's hearing what she's saying, right? And then I guess she got like more aggressive, and I think she started name calling. And then Stephanie came out and was like, "Well, let me get this Puerto Rican out, but I'm about to." And so I forgot what you were saying, girl, but she treated her life, and like I think she was scared because she didn't think you were gonna stand up for yourself.
Right.
At the end of the day, she left with her bike. So she lost. She wasn't ready to get knocked out.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't even like, I completely forgot about that whole fight. I just kind of like, I repressed all the bad memories. I just remember all the good stuff.
Hey, you know what? You're a warrior, girl. I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? but
Oh
but
my God.
oh man, but enough about me. I want to get to the main star of today. Like I said, guys, she's a flight attendant, one of the dopest people ever. So Stephanie, my fans want to know. Tell us a little bit about your background, your hobbies, and where you grew up in.
Okay, well, I grew up in the same neighborhood as you, Mayfair. I guess my hobbies right now is just kind of like reading books. I know I'm like such a nerd. I'm still a nerd. I've been reading a lot of books about like meditation and just kind of like becoming one with yourself and stuff like that. I'm 28. I'm Puerto Rican. I've traveled to a few places like, like Korea. I've gone to the Philippines. I've gone to China. Oh, a lot of like Asian countries. I love Asian food. That's why.
Wow,
and
dang.
then, and then I've gone to Cuba. Oh, I guess I've gone to a lot of places where they're very communist. I used to be communist. I've been to Cuba. Um, yeah, I mean, right now I'm just like chilling because of the pandemic, and just basically like working when I can.
Wow. And another thing I wanted to ask you, Stephanie. So, going to all these places like Cuba, Korea, what was your favorite country from all of them that you were like, man, I could go back?
Um, so there was a time in my other life where I was like in love with this Navy guy, so I thought so. I went to Korea to go see him.
Ooh. Sorry, girl, dang.
Everyone makes mistakes. The shit I do for love, man. Don't fall for it. I was such a fool. But Korea, I never like looked anything up about Korea or knew anything about Korea. But when I went there, it was just beautiful. It was clean. It was immaculate. The technology was so fast. It had Wi-Fi everywhere. Everyone was so nice, even though none of them really spoke English. Maybe like the younger generation, none of them really spoke English. But if you asked for help, they would try and help you. Like I remember getting off of the plane, and this is before I was able to like connect to the Wi-Fi, and I was like, "Okay, mom, can you like message me like the Google Maps to my hotel?" My mom I mean, you know, my mom, she never contacts us. She you can call her 20 times and she will never answer.
That's true.
She's the worst. I mean, I love her. I love her. I love you, Mom. But so I was just stuck. I was stranded. I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? My phone doesn't work. I need to get to this hotel. What do I do? So I just went to the service desk and I tell the lady of the hotel, like, where my hotel is. And she's like, oh, Lottie. She pulls out this huge map. It starts like circling stuff. And she's like, oh. And I was like, okay, so that's what we're doing. I jumped on a train holding the map like this. Just
Oh my God.
I just jumped on a train. I was like, okay, this is where she said I should go. And I found my way. No Google Maps necessary, okay?
Wow. And you found it.
I found it, yeah. The fashion there was impeccable. Everyone looked amazing. They had hella cafes. If you love drinking coffee, they had all these cafes. And then what else? It was really my favorite place. It was just so beautiful. A lot of like little nook and cranny places. I don't know. I'm totally gonna go back. But then on the way, I'm gonna see Japan. That's my goal for maybe next year after this whole thing kind of clears up, you know.
Wow. That's amazing, girl. I'm in love with like you, Asian food, Asian girls. I can't say no. You know how I knew I like women when I was young, like maybe 7 or 8. My first crush, she was Asian, and I still remember her name, Tulip. That was her name, like a
Tulip,
flower.
that's so cute.
Cute,
Yeah.
right? And she kind
Yeah.
of knew I liked her, but I was kind of scared. You know, I didn't have courage. But I remember when I told my cousin, they were going crazy. Oh my God, likes women. That's crazy. They had a big old celebration for me. Like if they're like, yo, this is crazy. Cause I'm gonna be honest, like nobody knew what I like because I didn't say what I like, you know. So then they found out, but I never forget it. And yeah, it's I feel like when you date somebody from a different country or a different culture, you're a lot of things, right?
That's so true. That is so true. Even though I've never dated any Asian guys, but I'm sure I'd learn a thing or two.
Right? You're funny. But Steph,
Oh my God.
I want to ask you something. So one of the things I'm very curious about, I know you gave me a little glimpse on how did you end up being a flight attendant? Did like somebody inspire you, or somebody helped you out along the way? Like, how was the process like?
Well, at that time in my life, I worked at a job that I hated. Like it was one of those jobs where you went to work every single day and you were like, why the F am I here? And I've been working there for a year and I had like 2 weeks of vacation. I'm like, I'm gonna take this vacation and then I'm gonna quit because I hate this job so much.
Wow.
So, no, for real. I was like, I'm gonna take this vacation, then next week I'm gonna quit. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, I hate y'all. I don't even know what I'm doing. And so then I decided I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico. So I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket with Spirit, and because it was like really affordable, and this was like the first time I was going to see my family in like 10 years. I hadn't seen my dad, my biological father, for like 10 years, and my sister and my brother there. And so after I had purchased the ticket, I just kind of hovered on the website for a second, and I just kind of felt like God kind of like threw this thought into my head, and it was like, why don't you become a flight attendant? And I was like, I never thought about being a flight attendant. And the next thought he put in my head was, well, what do you lose for trying? And I'm like, shit, what do I lose for trying? And I applied right then and there. And my resume, oh my God, my resume. You know, my mom owns a body piercing tattoo shop. If you guys need any tattoos, come to Head to Toe, Google us. Okay, we've been here for like 15 years. But my first job, body piercer. Okay, my next job, a barista, right? Body piercer, barista, and then a sales associate at a jewelry store. That was my resume. Like,
Wow.
what the hell? So, like, why did they hire me? Like, why did they want me? Like, I'll never know. That was, like, honestly beyond me. That was God. That was the universe. You know, whenever you have that, like, feeling in your stomach or, like, that calling of you need to do something, don't even, like, second guess it. Just do it, because things just work out the way they're supposed to. And the people would ask me the same question, like, in the interview. They'd be like, or in training, people would be like, oh, so who did you know? Or did you study ahead of time? Or how many airlines did you apply to before you got to this one? And I was like, this was like my only one. This is like my first try. Hey, I've been here for 6 years now, so,
That's a long time,
you
Steph.
know. I know. I'm so proud of myself. I'm like
Yeah.
over here being responsible.
There you go, girl, man. Like I worked at an airport once. It was you remember Prospect, the people that push wheelchairs?
Yes, yes.
So I got the job because my cousin, she works as a flight attendant too for American Airlines. And she knew the
Awesome.
manager that run the whole Prospect from, T3, for y'all don't know, Terminal 3 at O'Hare, and T5, which is international. And
Mm.
I got the job real quick. Man, funny girl. I but I had crazy hours. It was the worst hours ever. I worked at 7 p.m. or 10, and then all the way till the next day, like 10 in the morning. Check this out. I was a full-time student.
Oh my God.
I taught martial arts on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Remember
I
that.
I'm forgetting one more thing, but it was just a crazy schedule. I only slept 2 hours a day, and
Oh my God, David.
I don't know how I got all those A's. Like I don't know. I should have been taking drugs at that point because I was like, I don't know how I did it. And there was one time I had a night class, and it was once a week, so I could make it. But it would be right after work. Like I'll go home, shower, go to the class, and that was my only time I had a regular schedule. And the class was 3 hours. I was almost falling asleep because it's so long. And
Damn.
but here's the thing: when I was at the airport, I gotta say I ain't gonna lie. I like the environment. I like that you can make friends everywhere. I was getting free
That's
coffee,
true.
girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know how to.
Believe it.
Yeah, I know how to make friends real quick. I'm like, hey man, what's up? Okay, well, yeah. And then manager goes, yeah. And so next you know, hey, can I get that free coffee? Yeah, you good. One time it's funny because where I worked at, all the girls were pretty at Prospect. They were so pretty, blonde, blue eyes, looking fresh. And I don't look like no Calvin Klein blue eyes, but I'm short. And they used to get so jealous of me because I used to give free meals at Panda Express. Any restaurant I wanted, the girls there they loved me because I was so funny. And you know me, I know how to flirt too. And I used to be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" And then she had like the biggest smile, ding. And so I was like, "No, I'm gonna get that free food." And it was so good. And I used to tell girls I got it for free. Like I showed the receipt, and they would get so jealous. They're like, "How come you didn't get me a lunch?" I'm like, "Sorry, girl, that was my boo. She looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't get everybody lunch." And I think that kind of helped me because that showed like these girls at Prospect. They're like, "Damn, David's the real deal." But I was in my head, I was like, "Y'all ain't ready for me. I'm sorry." But
Oh my God.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, do you have any funny experience that or fun experiences that you could remember, working at the airline?
um, a funny thing that happened to me. It was like an overnight flight. I forgot where we were going. Maybe it was Vegas. And this old man comes up and he's like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" He's like, um, I was he was like, "I put my vitamin in my ear." I'm like, Wait, what? He's like, I put my vitamin in my ear. I'm like, that's not where it goes.
Oh
And he's like, well, I just didn't like the sound of the plane, so I just put it in there to muffle the sound. Now I can't hear, and I was wondering if you guys, could help me take it out. No, David, it gets worse. So it's overnight flight. Okay, so this flight like to Vegas and back, it's like basically like a 12-hour day. I'm like up all night, so I'm like, shit, like I'm bored as hell. Let me help this little guy out.
Real?
So for real, I was like, I feel bad. Like I don't know if he's gonna get an infection. So, I was like, I used to be a body piercer. I'm good with tweezers and shit. So I sat him down. And then I got like some tweezers, and I was like, "Okay, sir, don't move. I got you." I got my flashlight. I looked in there. I pulled this motherfucker out. Right, this pill was like a horse pill. Like it was huge. Okay, I pull it out, and at the end, oh my god, it was full of fucking wax.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I want to go creeped out.
Oh no, I was disgusted. So I was like, okay, so like I opened the trash can like I'm about to throw this thing out, and he was like, no. It's still good.
Oh my
God. Wipes it off and eats it.
Oh my gosh. Ding.
I was like, you guys people do some weird things on the plane, man. Like weird things. I don't know.
Wow.
They think it's like their house or whatever. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. Or one time I had this lady come on my plane. She was kind of like nice or whatever, but she was like a little weird. And passengers started coming up and complaining to me, and I was like, they were like, she smells. She peed on herself in the in the airport. Oh my god, why do I have all these Vegas stories? Because flying on Vegas is like, people are just wanting to get messed up, okay? And I'm just like, and then you guys come back messed up. So this lady, she used the washroom on herself, and basically I had to like kick her off, and she was just like, oh yeah. She just got off like nothing, like, oh okay, all right. Like what? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Yeah, because if you're drunk, mind you guys, if you're drunk and intoxicated, the flight attendant has the right to kick you off, because we can't have intoxicated passengers on the plane. Like we can let you drink, but not to the point that you guys are like intoxicated or really fucked up. So if you've been on the plane and got cut off, that's the reason why.
Oh wow! And can they give you a fine?
They could give you a fine, but it really depends on like the situation and what you're doing. And I've had like a weird situation where this lady was sleeping, and this guy basically like sexually harassed her. Like he grabbed her titty when she was sleeping, and
Oh no!
in a situation like that, yeah, we call the cops. And you could get arrested. But at that point, once it's off the plane, it's the people dealing with it. And if that woman doesn't press charges, then they just let them go. They can't really keep them on anything. So, yeah, you guys need to stop acting up on the plane, man, okay?
You know what? I could be a witness, because I could testify. I have a confession, my bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, God.
When I literally knew I was going to move to Vegas, I met this guy. We became close friends, and he actually helped me get the apartment I have today. And he invited me to his house, beautiful house, and he made fresh like barbecue, like steak. He made steak, baked potato.
Okay.
I was eating like a $500 plate. That's how I look at it. And he had beer, and I was so happy. I was like, my last night, I danced a little bit, got to meet his family. They all love me. I got drunk. I got so drunk. I was like, bro, I got to get up in 2 hours to go to my flight. So I'm like, I was so messed up. I go to bed, right? And it's so cool because he has a big house. It's a beautiful house. And he gave me the guest room. and I feel like a king. I'm like, man, this is a big old bed, own private bathroom. I'm like, man, this is wonderful. So I knock out. 2 hours goes by. He goes, bro, we gotta go. We gotta go catch the. I'm like, bro, I'm so drunk, dude. So I'm like slurring my word. Yeah. And so we get to this car. I'm like, bro, I'm so messed up. I don't feel good. My stomach hurts. Like I want to throw up. He's like, bro, you got this. You got this. So we're driving. He's laughing. And he takes me to the flight. The part is I get there. It's a big old line. My flight was supposed to leave like in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I get there, I'm up in line, and the lady tells me, hey, by the way, your flight is actually was yesterday. I was like, what? So I felt like an idiot. And I was like, I'm screwed. I'm gonna live in the airport. I got all my bags. I ain't got nowhere to go. I got no other house to live. I'm screwed. So I called my boy Mike. I said, Mike, what should I do? He goes, bro, look, honestly, bro, you gotta have to figure it out. Go back there, get a ticket, and fly back. Cause I can't get you right now, brother. I'm falling asleep. My wife wants to cuddle. I'm like, damn, I'm screwed. I'm real screwed. So what I did was I went to every flight, Spirit, everywhere, all the airlines. They're like, man, we don't have a flight till tomorrow. I was like, bro, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I can't wait. I gotta get there.
Oh, wow.
I'm freaking out. I'm still drunk. Then I found one spot. I had to argue with the manager too because I was like, gotta go. So, and I'm already drunk. I'm like, look, I need to get to the plane to Chicago. And they're like, what? I said, I'm sorry. I had to put myself together. I had to go to Chicago. And they're like, well, you only got 10 minutes if you want to catch that flight. I'm like, all right, cool. So I bought the ticket. I ran it. I've never ran so fast to my, destination. And I could train to transfer to that terminal. So I got there. I'm running. I get to the flight. Yeah. Like I'm running so fast. I get there. I knew my pants was falling out of my butt. Like it was just hanging. I don't know how that happened because I was so drunk. I couldn't even tell. I was like, why I feel that air? I'm going. I can't. And everybody's like, who's the guy with the ass showing? Running so fast. And
Oh my God.
for those who don't know, this is kind of MIA, but long time ago when I was little, I got bit by a pit bull at my mom's jobs, and I still got a purple spot on my butt cheek. So they saw a man running with a purple butt. You know what I'm saying? So it was the most embarrassing thing, but I can't believe it.
You can't stop.
I can't stop, girl. I couldn't help it. I get there. The lady's like, what's wrong? I said, girl, I'm not gonna tell you this, but I just did a marathon yesterday, so I'm just real tired. I didn't get to sleep. And she actually believed this. Wow, you did how was the run? It was great. And then somebody, one of the people sitting down, they're like, hey, you gotta put your pants up, man. I think I think it's a little too small. He thought the pants were too small. And I started laughing, but I was like, oh my bad. And I went put it up. But but that was the story of the man with the purple butt. It would have been a big headline, like hands down, probably it would have made a lot of news, you know what I'm saying? The drunk man running. But I'm glad I made it. And I still worked drunk. I was still drunk. I didn't sleep. When I got to Chicago, I was still drunk. I did it.
Okay.
I didn't eat. But
You
I
didn't
survived.
sleep, you didn't eat?
No, I couldn't sleep on the plane because my stomach hurt. I felt like weird because
Mm,
I drank too much, girl. And plus because I
yeah.
ran it, my body feels weird. So it was a really crazy story, but nobody knows this. But you, Steph, and my fans now, they're gonna know the man with the purple butt. So here's a funny thing. When girls they date me and they see my butt, they know this is purple, just that one side, but it's just so funny because I can't get rid of it. I try to go to the doctor to see if they can get rid of it. He's like, I can't, man, because that pimple bit your ass. He said, he bit it real good, man. He got a good chunk, man. He ain't playing, you know what I'm saying? But it's sad, man. And I thought it was maybe biological, maybe like my dad had it, or my ancestors for so many, trying to catch these wolves or something. But nah, ain't
Right.
nobody got that.
No.
Just me with the purple butt. But yeah, but but anyways, enough about me. Steph, I want to ask you. I know that was kind of crazy, but I want to ask you. So, what with the airlines, right? With this whole pandemic, how has it changed from before and after?
Oh my God. Um, it's changed a lot, mostly with the masks. Like, you guys are crazy with these freaking masks. Just wear your mask, go sit on the plane. Especially like in the beginning, like everyone tried like social distancing, but basically because the airlines were losing like hella money, they got rid of that social distancing and were like, okay, well, all we are required to do is have you wear a mask and it's safe. So like, let's fill up these planes and get people back on. But yeah, ever since this whole thing started, it's been very stressful. Like, people have just been acting weird. People have just been very like upset and very like irritable. Um, they cut down on a lot of flights too. Um, yeah, just the mask thing. That's the only thing that annoys me. I'm just like, guys, like, people travel for so many reasons, like, you don't know if someone passed away or if they're going to a wedding or if they have anxiety or something like that or whatever. And sometimes just like you guys abiding by the rules really helps the person next to you just like feel better. Even though you may have your own beliefs about this whole thing, these are the rules. And this is the thing that sucks. I don't care if you wear a mask. I don't care. I don't care what you do on your day-to-day life, okay? When you're on my plane, I have to, by my company, tell you to wear it. So if you don't wear it, then you're my freaking headache today because I have to tell you constantly. And if I don't, then some liberal-ass person will be like, the flight attendant didn't tell this person to wear their mask, and I'm going to write the manager. And I can lose my job just because you don't want to wear a mask. So it kind of like really sucks that like we have to like police ourselves and stuff like that, and but I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, okay? I'm not the CDC.
Right.
I'm not any of that. So I mean, it sucks. I hate doing it too. Like right now, like I'm having baby number 2, and like walking around in the grocery store with the mask is like, it is hard to breathe, like it's really hard to breathe sometimes, but like I got to get my groceries done and I have to, I can't walk in here without it. So it's the same with the plane, you guys got to do that. Oh, that's my only problem with y'all with this whole pandemic. Besides that, people don't care that a pandemic's going on.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Puerto Rico. Y'all don't care. You guys are like, pandemic, what?
No, it's true. It's true. People just going out. Well, I'm be honest.
No, it's true.
It's kind of sad that we're getting all kinds of people coming out this time. Like they said, well, in Cali, right? I live next to Cali. Cali has about 60% of their crime rate has doubled, they said, since the pandemic. More people breaking into each other's homes, never before.
Yeah.
Because they're bored. They don't know what to do. I feel like they're stuck at home and they're like, man, let's go see what the neighbor has. And like that's
Dude, it's because they already have all the equipment. They got the mask, okay, and they got the
right.
gloves. Like
I didn't think about
and they rob you and just be walking out like, oh, the shit was already mine.
Right, man. I never saw it. No, crazy, man. Like everything's changing. I feel like last year has been the toughest year for everybody. I don't care who they are. Is it
I
was
agree.
tough. I was furloughed for 3 months. I didn't work. I got rejected of the unemployment check. I
They were rejecting everybody, people
Yeah,
who need it and deserve it. And then I hear like other people who have like I don't know. I've heard of people who shouldn't have been getting
yeah.
paid, and the people that should be getting paid not. I'm just like,
It's sad. It's sad. Well, I mean, the good thing, 2021, I gotta say, I think is gonna be better. Um,
me
you
too. I
know,
have high hopes.
right? There you go, girl. It's all about faith. I feel like you and I were very spiritual people. We believe in God, and I feel
For
like
sure.
this was a plague. I look at it that no matter if you rich or poor, everybody got treated the same. That's the only time I saw real
Mm,
justice in the spiritual world. That's how I see it.
that is wow.
You
That
like that,
is
right?
so true. I do like that.
That's
I might.
deep.
I
I'm
might
sorry.
take that.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah. No, for real. I think 2020 took something from every single person.
Yeah,
It took something from everyone. Like I had flight attendants that were trying to go to the Amazon forest, and things like that, and their trip got canceled. And I had people who were trying to open a business and weren't able to open it or whatever. It took something from everyone. And kind of like you, like I got furloughed for a little bit, but it's like the things that should be like curses or bad, like, oh, 2020 was so bad, can actually secretly be blessings in disguise. Like for me, when I got furloughed, I was like, I get to spend more time with my baby in my house. Okay.
right.
I'm chilling.
Oh, for
It's
real.
all about your like perspective on things, and like that's how I looked at it. I was like, I get to chill. I have all the things I need. I got food and I got a shelter and I have the people that I love, and you know, that's what else could I ask for?
Right. No, it's true. Wow. No, I like that. I like that because honestly, I feel like it makes you appreciate what you have around you, right?
True.
You start having gratitude. Like, damn, I'm grateful. Like you said, I have a shelter. I have my family. I got food. For me, like when I was there was a moment I did. I'm not gonna lie, we're all humans. I got depressed. I don't really get depressed, but I got depressed. I lost my best friend in Chicago, and it's crazy because we would call each other he would call me every day, and just to know that he was gone and I wasn't getting that call from him broke my heart. I've never cried so
Yeah.
much for someone that died like that. And it was a really hard, for me, it was a hard time. Um, and little those who don't know, his name is Bernard Zeller. He was a rabbi, one of my closest friends. He was a little bit older than me, and the crazy thing is that he had a stroke for a while, and nobody from his family wanted to go see him for a long time. For about 5 years, he lived in a nursing home, and I was the only one who I met. Well, I met him, and then I liked his vibe. Was the only one that actually got him dressed to go see the doctor, brought him groceries all the time. And he was honestly, I believe God put him in my life. Like he was my son I never had. And I would make him laugh. He was always happy. I think that's why he called me, because he felt like he could count on me. There was times my boy was a troublemaker. He ran away from the nursing home, and the nurses called me in the middle of the night, 2 in the morning. Yo, your boy ran away. And he's on a wheelchair. How far could he go? In my head, how far did he go? And I'm like, he's still rolling. And I'm like, y'all really telling me he went that far? So it's funny because I called him and I found out where he was. I had to go get him. and I brought him back to the nursing home. But yeah, he's been like somebody I'll never forget, like that experience. And not a lot of people know about this, but when he passed away, the people that were involved in his life was his friends and other people that were spiritual leaders. And one of the rabbis that was a really, really good friend of his, um, he called me and he told me, "How are you doing?" I said, "Well, it's hard. What happened?" He said, "Well, Dave, I want to be honest with you. You know, Zeller is up in heaven, and when the time comes and when you have to go too, you're gonna eventually die like everybody else. He's gonna be your attorney and tell God that you were there for him, that when no one was there for him to make his day, to get him ready, to get him dressed up, to do all these things, he's gonna be there and say, yeah, I witnessed it. Like he was the best he could do with me." And I love that. And that actually helped me mentally to like be like, all right, I can't get sad all the time. Like I have to move on. But I like that kind of ideology. It made me feel better. Like whether or not heaven is real, but it made me feel like, man, that's the nicest thing somebody could tell me, I needed that. And I feel better now. And there's some songs, I ain't gonna lie, it does remind me of my best friend. And I don't know why I got so sentimental. I don't know how it came out, but it's crazy. I don't know how I got to this, but yeah.
God, no, it's just so you. I remember when we were younger, and I think we both kind of had this like complex of like we want to save the world or like change the world and make it a bigger, better place for everyone. And you would do like literally random acts of kindness. And I remember you came back from school or something. You came back and you were like, "Hey, Steph." You were like, "Oh, I was just hanging out with this guy named like Bob." And I was like, "Who's Bob?" You're like, "Oh, the homeless guy who lives under the bridge over here. I just asked him if he wanted McDonald's and if he wanted to chill and sit and we could eat together and talk." And I was like, "What? You did what, David? You didn't think this guy was going to shake you? You didn't think anything was good?" You're like, "No, he was actually a nice guy." I was like, so that just, you've never changed. Like, that's your character, you jump into these people's lives and you are a light and you give so much, even if it's just like a little bit or a glimpse or just a McDonald's meal or, phone calls every day, those things make a difference, those little things that you do all the time. And, I'm sorry for your best friend, but isn't it such a blessing that you got to know him, that you guys were able to be together and spend that time together, So I don't know. That just says you haven't changed. You're the same old David.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, and sweet. I totally forgot about him, Bob. Like one thing
was that his name? I don't know.
Technically, it was Lewis. It was Lewis, but it's Lewis. But the crazy thing, this guy, that homeless guy, he had the same birthday as me.
Oh wow! I think you mentioned that. That is crazy. You got connected to him.
Yeah, and one thing I remember too, like with if for young people out there, y'all need to pay attention, stay tuned. Homeless people, according to psychology, they say homeless people, they don't want money, they want a friendship. They said
connection.
A connection. There you go. They get discriminated more than any other people, than any other group. You got kids peeing on them when they're bored, being them, make fun of them, and no one sees them as a human. That's the sad part. So when I heard that from one professor, you remember we were in high school at that time. I was a young kid, thinking he know a lot. And I was like, that's perfect because I don't want to spend no money in my head, right? I was like, I ain't trying to spend no money, you did? You know what I'm saying? And then And then I remember he read a scripture, right? The guy, he was also a spiritual person, and he said that there's a part where and this is one thing that is very interesting. It's in the New Testament. Something I remember he shared. He said there was a part where I guess a guy came out from the synagogue and they told Peter, and I forgot the other guy's name, but they were just saying, "Do you guys have any gold and silver?" And he said, "I don't have that, but what I have is the word of God," basically. So he shared, like, I think, like a nice positive quote from the scriptures, and the guy loved it. And at the end, it said, like, later on in the verse, that he was happy and he was able to walk again. And they said that he went back in the synagogue and worshiped, something like that. I'm paraphrasing it. I don't know exact, but when I heard that, I kind of put it together with psychology, right? So I'm like, okay, so maybe that there's a connection, something going on. And I was like, man, I gotta do it. And honestly, I feel like I don't know if I told you this, Steph, but he passed away.
Oh, the hobo.
Yeah, he
Oh,
part people on that block, because it's the train, the blue line.
yeah.
People close to that, they actually build a nice flower, a sunflower, like where you put in cemetery, and it had Lewis, and it said around the whole circle, "You will be missed," and something like, "You will always be missed, and you were always nice," something like that. It was so sweet, and
Oh my God.
yeah, I was like, man, a lot. That means he touched a lot of people's hearts. That's how I see it.
Yes, yes. Oh my God. I just wish more people cared about like homeless people. Like, because I still live in the same neighborhood. Um, Over here, what happened was there was a homeless man who lived under another one who lived under the train, and the people like from the alderman or something came by and like took all his stuff, like threw out everything, his blankets, just basically everything that was laying there, they threw out because they said they were cleaning up garbage, and so, there was like a report on him and he was like, I don't know why they would touch or throw out my stuff. Like, that really sucks. So, I mean, not sucks that people did that. But on a lighter note, the great thing about technology is that on Facebook, I follow this like Irving Park page. On Facebook, they started talking about it and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that they did this to this homeless man, da da da. All the people in my neighborhood went over there. They gave him like new clothes, a sleeping bag, food, all this stuff. And they got together and made sure that he had everything that he needed for like the cold winter. But I mean, that still sucked. But then also, we just need to do more. We just need to do more. I just can't believe that people, like you were saying, like kids pee on homeless people. Like, why are we like this?
Yeah, it's sad. It's
It
really
is
sad.
sad. It is. But, like kind of like what you were saying, Lewis touched people. He talked to people and they left something for him, I think we're all just trying to like leave our own like little legacy, like a piece of ourselves to be remembered by someone, I heard a quote, like, you don't really die until like the last person that remembers you dies.
Wow, that's a beautiful quote. Um,
Yeah. So like you never really die as long as someone thinks about you. And that's why like old people are always trying to share their stories and are always trying to like connect with their families. And you know what I mean? We're always trying to like pass on that legacy. So we'll
um,
see. We'll see. This is your legacy right here. This is going on the internet. This is never going anywhere.
right, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to, build
This is
my
here
image.
forever.
That's it. I'm sorry, YouTube. Let's get but Steph, I want to ask you something. I noticed you have a TikTok, And I
Oh
kind of
my
want,
God.
yeah, I kind of want to know how you got hooked on it because I was shocked. And I love your TikTok. I'm, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fan.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I really, man, I've been addicted to TikTok for like a minute. Like, I loved TikTok before it was TikTok, like when it was Musically.
Oh
Remember
wow.
when? No?
I
No,
see.
you don't.
I don't. I didn't even. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get that advanced yet.
You
You know.
see, I've been on it. Like, if you go like to my like oldest videos, which are like maybe 5 or 6 years old, um, it was from the old app, and they kind of like synced together, and then it became TikTok. And yeah, I've been on it for a long time. Not enough to like do anything. I just have fun, and I just like whatever I think is funny or cool or cute, then I'll post it or whatever. But no, I'm not trying to be on there twerking or nothing. So no.
No, that's good. Good. That means you
I'm
ain't
trying
no.
to do that body. No.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. You, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do that. But
Oh my God. Can you imagine when like the clubs open up and certain songs come on? All the Gen Z's people are gonna be coming out with the same dance.
yeah,
So they're gonna be like,
right. Skirt, skirt. You know what I'm saying?
what are you guys doing?
That's crazy. Yeah, because
Oh my God.
even Desi, your sister, she's on TikTok and she
Oh
has a
my
lot of
God.
followers. Did you see it?
Oh my God. Yeah, she's blowing up. She's the one to follow because she's hilarious and she be doing some badass shit on her TikTok. I'm like,
Real.
I be tuning in. I'm like, oh, what is she doing today?
Right. I know. You know what's funny? I told Des. I messaged her on TikTok. I think. Yeah, TikTok. I
Uh-huh.
said, Des, can you follow me back? She only liked my comment and she did not follow me back. I like, dang. So if I do see her in
She's
Vegas,
cold.
I'm gonna
She's cold.
I'm gonna tell her. I like, girl, you left me hanging. I'm trying to be big too, but I got a good comeback. So check this out. So yesterday I uploaded a rap that I did for Faruko. Those who don't know, he's a big time reggaeton artist, and he did like a little like kind of split screen like what we have now, little chorus, and then after the chorus, you can come up with your lyrics, right, with the same
Right,
beat.
right.
So it's a duet, pretty much a duet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did a rap in English and Spanish, and it's so cool because I look fly and my words came out dope, and it was all from my head at that moment. Tell me why. I had a feeling I should wait to upload it today. I uploaded. No, I'm sorry. Take it back. I uploaded yesterday.
Okay.
This morning I woke up and my favorite reggaeton artist, who has over millions of subscribers, actually liked my video.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
He was like, this sounds good as hell.
Yeah.
No, you could rap, David. I remember you. You were just like, you would just jump in it. I was like, what is he saying?
Eminem, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Like Nemo.
Yeah, you just come up with anything. I'm just like, wow, you just always had guts. Always had guts. You're just like, I'm just gonna do this. I don't care. I'm like, no, I'm not singing. I'm not dancing. I already know I can't do those things.
Oh man. But you still dance. I remember when we used to go to Shahara's house. That was the best house parties, by the way. It was like literally the next house next to steps.
Yeah, it
I
was.
ain't gonna lie. She would have parties. Her parents didn't really care. I ain't gonna lie. We would have
That's
like
so true.
right. We just did what we had to do, and it was just so fun because we knew we could go back home and we had to take no buzz, and get a
That
ride,
is true.
right? And
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, by the way, on the side. Do you remember that one time you accidentally slept in my house? You stayed over.
No.
You don't remember?
What?
Yeah, you stayed over in the couch. So
How did I stay over?
so I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is the
Oh my
you like you
God.
say you're like my mom's gonna kill me. That's what you said. My mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But you're like I'm too tired. So I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. Are you ready for this? So this was on a Wednesday night. We went to church together, and you remember how my mom will order pizza for all of us, like after service,
Yeah. Mhm.
and we had pizza. We watched.
Wait. Hold
Yeah,
on.
okay. We'll just do it like that. It's good. It's good. So I don't know if you remember, but after the service, we will walk from from the church, Excel, all the way to my house. Do you remember that? That was like more than
Thank you. Why did we
20.
do that? It
We
would go by so fast.
we're stupid. That's I don't know why, but we dumb because we was long. I was like, man, I'm so tired. We get to my house, right? That was a good hour walk or maybe more, right? That was a long, Belmont Pulaski all the way to Montrose and Cicero. That's a long walk. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
it up, and I think it's more than 20 miles. It definitely was a long walk.
No, it is not. It's like 3 miles.
No way, it can't be 3 miles. Well, we'll look it up. We'll look it up after. But we get there. So, like I said, we had a good time. This was the spot to be at is David's house. So we had the pizza, watch a
Mhm.
movie, stuff like that. There was one time you were so tired. I was so tired. It was like already 4 in the morning, girl. And you were just like ready to knock out. And my mom was like, David, go get Stephanie a blanket. Don't be bogus. So I'm saying, I went to get you a blanket, and I'm like, Steph, you can actually use my room, and I'll just sleep in the couch. You're like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm about to knock out. You knock out, but here's the crazy part. The next day, you actually left really early. You left, I think, at I think you only slept like 2 hours, literally, because you had to make it seem like you were still home. So you literally left right away. You slept for a little bit, left right away, and then I think you went in the window in the basement. I don't know how you did it, but your way of always sticking back in. And you did it. And I started laughing. I was like, Steph, I can't believe you did it. And you're like, yeah, my mom gonna kill me, but I never got caught. The good thing is, like, we're good people.
Yeah, that's
You didn't do
true.
nothing
That's true.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hands like, my mom, she overlooking out. And but that was a funny time I never forget. So that was a
What?
throwback.
I completely forgot about that because my mom would beat my ass.
Oh
My
yeah.
dad would beat my ass.
Oh
I
yeah.
could not
You would have got you.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, remember we could not leave the alley. We could
Hmm.
not leave.
Hmm.
Okay, there was like 5 of us. We can handle ourselves, but no, we cannot leave the alley. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Honestly, I'm be honest with you, Steph. My mom told me she met your boyfriend, and honestly, she loves him. She's like, he's a great guy. Because when you guys were at that restaurant, I think that's where you guys bumped to each other.
Yes, Old Irving. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And my mom's like, man, Stephanie looks so happy. This is when you were actually like maybe 8 months pregnant. Like you were
Yeah.
already like, it was getting to that point. And my mom was like, oh, Stephanie looks the same. She's always energetic. And my mom was like, I like him for Stephanie. I like him better. Because my mom, she met your ex. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Stephanie. I think it was the best choice you've ever made. I've only seen him like on your, video, and like I never got to meet him in person, but I
Oh,
could tell right away like your family likes him. I already see that. My
for
mom is a plus, and I believe they have better judgment. When your parents
true.
they approve it, I think they do. Um, I think your ex, to be honest, was cuckoo. And I'm glad you left that because I'm gonna tell you one
I
more
dated
story.
a few crazies or kissed a few frogs. Oh my god.
Don't worry, girl. They're stuck in that little dump pond, so you're good. They're like Shrek, like they're stuck in the swamp. But But
Oh my
look,
God. Which crazy ex are you talking
all
about?
right, you ready for this one?
Which one?
I'm gonna blast him out. I don't really care because I don't give a damn. He ain't my friend, and I'm always Stephanie's friend to the end. Palio.
Who? What was it?
Palio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. You know how I knew he was crazy?
How?
Okay, I live with him. For those who don't know, he actually lived with me for a whole year. You remember that stuff?
He lived with you for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God.
because Desiree was still living with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my God. How did I forget all this? Yeah, he lived with you.
yeah, girl, and I ain't gonna lie, he was the dirtiest person I ever met. Feet stank. I was like, damn, bro, what you had? Like, damn, my nose couldn't handle it. I had to share the same room. I was like, bro, you don't like to shower? He's like, no, only if I go out with Stephanie. That's what he said. I was like, what the girl, he stank. There was Daisy in the shower. And I was like, yo, I can't do it. My mom was like, yo, like, something, man, because those feet stank. His boat stank. And I was like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. I didn't tell you this, but he brought ghosts to my crib. Did I tell you that part? He brought ghosts to my crib, girl. He told me he had this secret power where he could see and communicate with ghosts. I don't know if he ever told you that.
No, I know that. I know
Okay,
that.
all
He
right.
broke into your house.
Yeah, he brought him to my motherfucking house. I was so bad because I didn't have insurance for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was screwed for myself. And I'm gonna be honest with you. For those who don't know, ghosts are real because I didn't believe it until he moved to my crib. My dad always says, "Be careful with the people you bring to your house because their garbages comes through too." And so one thing is, he used to tell me that he had like ghosts, right? That he used to see, right? I had a dream about this little girl on a dress, and I was terrified when I told him I didn't know so much about his ghost problem.
Mhm.
He told me, bro, that's a little girl that's been following me all my life. What the heck? That's what he told me, right? Watch this. You ready for this, Steph? Desiree hasn't heard about my dream. Okay. She was babysitting two twins. I don't know if you remember the twins
Yeah.
that Desiree used to babysit. So one day, Desiree came home with the twins, and she told me she saw a little girl with the dress in the bathroom, and
No.
she freaked out, and she ran out with the twins outside, and she called me crying on the phone. She's like, David, I saw a freaking girl in a dress. I asked the twins if they saw it, and they said they didn't see. They saw the girl, and there's nobody that lives there. Like no little, they said children can actually see spirits because I guess they're have an open mind.
Yeah.
Desiree told me, and I told Des when I came home, right? She's like, "Can you please hurry up, come home? I don't want to go home because there's a ghost in the house." I come home and I told Des, wait, what? And I told her, explain to me how the little girl looked, and it was exactly how my dream was. And Palaio said, "That's the little girl that follows me." And I really believe ever since that day that boy could see ghosts because that freaking ghost came out of nowhere. Like we didn't allow ghosts to come in my house, okay? They were not invited.
Yeah, no, and didn't you have like a protection over your house or whatever? Like little like
Well, there was another option too, is to kick him out. That was another option that you can't go wrong with, right? That's another option. Kick the guy who's the friend of the friendly ghost. You know what I'm saying? So,
why you let him move in?
well, here's the thing, Steph. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're still one of my good friends that I have a good heart for. That I'll fight for you no matter what. So I don't know if you remember the situation, but I guess the parents was gonna move to a different place, and he needed a place to live. And you know me, I'm the same. I have my arms open, and I said, "You can live with me. Let me ask my mom." My mom says, "Okay." And that's why we allow him to be in the house.
Oh my God, he brought ghosts to your house. Oh my
Yeah.
God, well, thank you, David, because I know that motherfucker is crazy.
He's
I know
crazy.
that motherfucker is crazy. I left him because, like, I was just like, he was just too, like, controlling and just, like, manipulative and just kind of, like, abusive in different ways. And when I left him, he lied to everyone that I freaking know, saying that I cheated on him. Boy, how do I cheat on you when you're the first and only person I've ever been with? How do I cheat on you?
Right.
And so I'm just kind of like, whatever. We totally separated ourselves from each other. And now he's like about to be, I think maybe he's engaged or something. And every day I see him, like see something about him, I just like pray that he's happier and he's better than he's ever been to this specific person that he's with now. I'm just like, God, just really hope that, because sometimes you're with someone and you guys bring the worst out of each other, or it's just not meant to be. You guys try to make it happen and it doesn't work. But sometimes if that person goes with someone else, that it instantly works and it's amazing and it's, so much better, So that's what I feel bad for the girl though.
Oh yeah. And here's my thing. Here's my quote for him. He found somebody who's cuckoo and he's cuckoo. So they say it takes two cocos to make a coconut. And that's honestly what happened. They made a combination, wonderful, healthy combination with a lot of nutrients. You know what I'm saying?
Well, more power to him, like more power to them, like whatever.
Yeah.
And you're right. I'm like so happy where I'm at right now. I have 2 babies. I have 1 boy, 1 girl, and like I have a man that loves me dearly and is a wonderful father. And I don't, and he's over here pursuing his dreams too. And so, like, what else could I ask for? Like, maybe more money, but it's coming, right? It's coming.
There you go, girl. Yeah. Just be positive. That's it.
Yeah.
Positive. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I'm telling you. I don't know how, but you're gonna get it. But I was gonna tell you one last story because I just thought about this. This is how I knew Palaio was crazy. This is before he moved in my crib, but I didn't believe the red flag, and I caught the red flag.
Oh, okay. What was it?
You knocked at my door 2 a.m. I was sleeping. It was a Saturday night. I hear boom, 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 and I was like, "What's going on?" And I hear your voice. You're like, "David," and I open the door, and it's you. And I said, "What's up? What's up, girl? What? Talk to me." Palaio comes behind you, and you were like, I could tell you were frustrated and like stressed, and I was like, "Yo," and I heard both sides. You spoke, he spoke. I felt like at this point I was a psychologist, getting my PhD right here. And I heard both sides, and I honestly, of course, I'm always gonna stick with you, Steph. And I was like, look, Palaio, I'm gonna break it down to you, brother. And I think you messed up. And I think, you know what? You just gotta understand, bro. Stephanie, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's her, you just gotta chill a little bit. Maybe you gotta take a walk or something. And he finally like relaxed and cooled down. Cause you know how he could get real upset. And um I never forgot that. And you gave me a hug when you left. And I realized, I was like, yo, you know what? I think this guy's crazy, man, because honestly, this is how you know somebody's for you. This the kind of the secrets I say. Um, First thing first, like you ran out, kind of like asking for help. That's how I saw it, right? In a relationship, you shouldn't need to ask for help, right? Unless both parties they feel like they both need help, right? That's different. But I feel like you said, not everybody's for everyone. It's
That's true.
true, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when someone has to change you or try to change you or control you, that's not good because they're not letting you be you, right? Am I right?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to change Stephanie. I think Stephanie has the dopest personality. I don't want to change that. I don't want to change myself, man. Girl, gotta love me the
I
way
never
I.
changed you either.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's exactly what was going on. Yeah, that was a crazy time. But you know what? We all grow, we evolve. Like, thank God. I like, when it's like your first love, you're just like, oh my God, I want to be with this person forever. Da da da. And then one day you wake up and you're like, I deserve better because you're not that great to me. You're
Yeah.
actually really mean to me. Like.
Right, right.
Let me be with someone who actually loves me and cares for me and is gonna, take care of me, you know. So, dang man, wow, David. I'm realizing that I forget everything. I'm like, I forgot about that too. And when you started bringing it up, I was just like, dang man. See, I repressed that shit too.
Hey, but you know what? It's good that you forgot it because it's not necessary to keep, you know?
Right.
It's a bunch of crap. But in a way, it's a way to show that you overcame. And I gotta give you credit, Steph. You actually walked out of that relationship. You took the courage, the power, to leave and walk away. I think it's a blessing to yourself and for that person. And I think it's one of the hardest thing people can do because
Yeah.
you look at people that are stuck together for more than 12 years and they're not happy. They hate each other, but they
Yeah.
always say, at least he pays the bill. Or the other person is, at least he um at least he always brings me flowers on Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good excuse, by the way. I think, you know what I'm saying? When you start putting excuses of why that's not good. I think no, it really shows you, Stephanie, because a lot of people I met, they can't get out. They can't. They say that um being accustomed to something or in an environment is stronger than love. That's the truth.
Yeah, your comfort is more addicting than true love. You're like, I'm comfortable here, and it would be more uncomfortable for me to leave. You know what? Me leaving, sacrifice. I had to sacrifice friends. I had to sacrifice a whole community because people say all the time they're not going to pick sides, but they picked a side, and you didn't pick my side, so peace. Like, I'm not
Right.
gonna stay here and act a fool and just like, no, I'm gonna go and live my life and be honest and true to myself. And I think that's what I call everybody to do, where people should stop judging each other about all these different things. When people ask questions like, should people be doing this? Should people do that? I'm like, are they hurting anyone? Are they killing anyone? No, then I think you should mind your business.
Right.
Just mind business. Just,
Right.
people be people. And that's what I did. I just left and started doing my own thing and started traveling, started partying, having a good old time.
I love it. I love it, Steph. Well, Steph, this is the last question, girl. This is the last one to wrap it up. Any advice you can share to young people trying to work as a flight attendant?
Oh, as a flight attendant. Okay. First thing first is you actually have to have a genuine love for people. And this has nothing to do with introvert or extrovert. I've had flight attendants that are 100% introverted and they do an amazing job. Okay. It has everything to do with you actually having like a servant's heart and loving to like serve people. To be a flight attendant, you have to be someone who's cool and calm under pressure because these people be acting crazy on the plane. Like, you got to ask yourself things like, are you going to be okay with dealing with the medical emergency? Are you going to be okay with evacuating a plane in 90 seconds? Are you okay with doing CPR at 35,000 feet in the air? If you could say yeah to all those things and actually if you feel like you could do that, then being a flight attendant is for you. It's not just, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's the best job I've ever had. It's great. But it isn't just that, because when shit really hits the fan, you're the person that they look at. You're the first responder. If there's no doctor, if there's no, nurse on the plane, you're the closest thing to the nurse. So you got to do that job. So for people who want to be flight attendants, I think you have to genuinely love and care for people, because if you don't, then I'm going to have to work with you and you're going to be all miserable being around 280 people and I'm going to have to sit next to you all day. Don't put me on planes.
Right. Oh man. No, thank you. It's beautiful, Stephanie. Well, let me just close it up, guys. This is the Outlet to Reality, the whole this podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? And I want to thank you guys, for listening and staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Cha-ching! And don't forget to follow me on IG, the Outlet to Reality. That's my username. And check us out every Tuesday. And Stephanie, where can our fans find you? And any last words?
Words? Just be good and be the best person you can be every day. And everyone should try meditating, maybe like 10 minutes a day. Okay, that shit really, really helps. Meditation means getting to know oneself. And I feel like nowadays people have all their apps and stuff and they don't want to get to know themselves. They rather be someone else. So just sit with yourself, get to know what's going on in there. And I promise you, it will help you. It will help you. That was just the thing I just learned the other day. So that's why I wanted to say it.
No, that's good. That's good, girl. And what's for those who, if they want to follow you?
Oh, it's Starrod11, and you can find me on IG, TikTok under that.
Oh, perfect. Ooh, I like that. That's easy.
Oh, nice.
And I'll put the link below so they'll know where to find you. All right, gangster. Thank y'all. Peace.